This is the Art 1130 Peer Critique by Erin. The piece we see here is the Mighty Voltron sculpture by Ashlyn. We have a few different views of the work here. The whole sculpture and its base are painted and decorated with an analogous color scheme, that red, orange, yellow, sunburst-like color. There are many textures on the piece. What looks like tissue paper has been crinkled and placed in many areas, almost like ocean coral is growing out of this main form. Soft yarn has been spun into circular shapes or what looks like trails along the surface. There are small sticks that have been painted in the same color scheme, decorating a couple sections. A section at the top of the sculpture is one of them, and then another in the middle section, and then another section on the bottom right of the right-hand picture. The difference in textures on the sculpture provide a great deal of contrast. The crinkly tissue paper extends the piece to interact with the space around it. The yarn looks like it would be soft in contrast with the rough surface of the form and with the stiff stick sections we see. This piece would also differ in the form of hardness. The yarn isn't just soft, but also would give way under pressure if I were to push on it. And the tissue paper would compress also if I pushed on it. But the sticks would be hard and the form would be firm. By having these contrasting elements together, it draws more attention to me to their differences. The entire piece, though, is unified by that sunburst color scheme. The sculpture has been placed on a base that shares its color scheme, but has been turned so they're exactly the opposite. The red side of the sculpture is on the yellow section, and the darker red of the sculpture is on the yellow section. By using the same color scheme but reversing them, I view this piece as both unified and in contrast with itself. The red adds emphasis to the yellow, and the yellow brightens the red. My eyes are drawn to the areas of contrast, where two elements appear different, but are balanced in the composition. Depending on the picture, I can see a few comparisons here. I see a horse-like head on the left, but in the middle picture, I see more of a mountain with climbing holds. Maybe if you're into pop culture, this could reference the sun-colored cliffs of insanity here. In the last picture, I'm getting more of a sci-fi rocket that nature has reclaimed. I mentioned the first picture reminds me of a horse head. This was partly due to the placement of the additional textures. The hard sticks on the upper front remind me of a nose, while the open edge of the left resembles a mouth. The yarn spooled into a circle, does that resemble an eye to anyone else? All of the pictures together make this piece look very organic. If I'm comparing this piece to nature as a whole, I'm most drawn to the tissue paper and how it reminds me of corals as they attach to the ocean floor or rocks and grow outward into the current. You add to that the yarn and the little paths and trails around the piece, it definitely reminds me of something that would be a home on the ocean floor.